So some of y'all may know I have this feeble little governor in Texas. He decided he wanted to answer the call. Not the call of the people, not the call of Texans, but the call of Donald Trump. The president said, well, you know I'm fucking up. I'ma just have to make sure I cheat my way through, because that's the only way that I ever win is when I cheat, right? So Abbott said, yes sir, whatever you need, sir. I am so excited to be here. Now, I wanna have a little bit of story time though, because some people don't know how we got here. And I wanna make sure that the record is straight on exactly what happened. So some of y'all may know I have this feeble little governor in Texas. Some of y'all even know his name. And, he decided he wanted to answer the call. Not the call of the people, not the call of Texans, but the call of Donald Trump. Right. So he says, yes, Mr. President. And the president said, well, you know I'm fucking up. This is me paraphrasing. And so he said, I'm not gonna win. I know enough to know history. And I know that the last time I was in office, when 2018 came around, I lost all of them seats. And so now that I'm looking out for my homies, the billionaires, and I'm making sure that people are gonna go hungry in the streets of America, I'm making sure that we're losing jobs to the tune of losing about 1 million jobs in this country. I've installed these tariffs that don't make any sense and don't help any working families. And the price of eggs, yeah, I didn't fix that. And about those wars, well, yeah, I'm trying to start a new one. So guess what? I'ma just have to make sure I cheat my way through, because that's the only way that I ever win is when I cheat, right? So Abbott said, yes sir, whatever you need, sir. So they decided to go after these seats. Now, while I'm standing here in California, I want you to know that I am a proud Texan who absolutely believes that even though they drew this horrendous map that doesn't even give African Americans 3/5, but instead reduces our voices down to 1/5 the power of our Anglo-Texans. It reduces the voices of our Latino brothers and sisters down to 1/3 of those of our Anglo-Texans. There are those that believe when you say things like, it's racist, that's a bad word. Well, let me tell you, the action is worse than the actuality. This is terrible. All right, so ultimately, he said, I got you. So we got these 5 seats, and let me tell you, we're gonna fight like hell. But then all of a sudden, another governor did not get the call of the president. Instead, that other governor, he saw what was happening in Texas. And he said, not on my watch. And in addition to that, he said, I believe in democracy. He said, I'm not just gonna do this by myself. I gotta make sure that the people of California make the ultimate decision. And I am believing in California, y'all. I've been in these California streets. Listen, I am California dreaming right now. So some people know that I know a little alliteration or two, and so I just came up with this one. So this is where I stand. Collectively, California can change congressional cowards' chaos. California, are we going to let them silence voices of opposition? Are we going to let them rig our elections? Are we going to let them steal democracy? So therefore, we're going to vote what on 50? We're going to vote what on 50? We're going to vote what on 50?
How you doing today? You ready to win this thing? You ready to win this thing? You ready to kick some ass? So when we kicked off this campaign, I said, they poked the bear. They poke the bear. And you don't poke the bear, not in California, because if you do, that bear's going to kick your ass. But I want to just take a moment to underscore why we are here, how we got to this point. So Donald Trump becomes president of the United States. Yeah, that was an awful thing. It is incomprehensibly awful. He becomes president of the United States. He betrays every promise he ever made. He promises to bring down prices. Prices are going through the roof. And instead, what does he do? He takes trillions of dollars away from people's health care. He takes money away from people's food assistance. And he puts all that money to a tax cut for big corporations and rich people. Because this is all they're ever about. And that is doing even more for people who already have so much. And so this is what they do, and not surprisingly, it's horribly unpopular. Horribly unpopular. And the president's ratings go right into that golden toilet of his. And he knows that there's no way they can hang on to this deeply unpopular majority unless they find a way to rig the election, to rig the lines. So he calls up his friends in Texas and he says, you got to go back and redo those already gerrymandered lines or we're losing our majority. And they do. And they do. But our governor and our electeds and our community leaders said the hell with that. Said the hell with that. We're going to go to our voters. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to dilute the voting strength of all of you. They're trying to say, Californians, your vote doesn't matter. They're trying to say, we're going to take your tax dollars, you're a donor state, but we're going to cut your money for flood control. We're going to cut your renewable energy projects. We're going to take food away from your citizens. We're going to do all that to you because we don't think you're going to fight back. Well, we've got news for them. We are fighting back. We're going to pass this proposition. We're going to make sure we flip that majority in Congress. We're going to take back our country. And here's what's at stake. All of us in this room have lived a life where we always saw democracy ever expanding around the world. We saw our freedoms expand. We saw walls coming down. We were more free to associate with whom we would, to speak our piece, to love whom we would love. And we thought it was inevitable. We thought it was inexorable. We thought it was Martin Luther King's moral arc of the universe always bending towards justice until it wasn't bending towards justice. Until in the last 9 months, we've taken the most dramatic steps in our history to turn our democracy into something else, into a corrupt kind of autocracy, a thugocracy, the kind of thing you see in Russia and other dictatorial regimes. Now, our parents and grandparents had to fight a war to preserve our democracy. Thank God we don't have to do that. But our obligation to save this cherished legacy is nothing less than the generations that went before. And one pivotal fight in that battle for our democracy takes place on Tuesday. Takes place on Tuesday. So are you ready to win this thing? Are you ready to vote yes on 50? Are you ready to say, hell no, Donald Trump? We're going to save our democracy, and that starts here in the Golden State. You poke the bear, and the bear is fighting back. Yes on 50, everyone. Thank you, and God bless.